Well, welcome to the Top Gun Show. Today we have a very special guest, a friend of mine that I've known for 22 years, I guess it goes back. Andrew Paretti is now a senior vice president with Sandler Partners. Prior to that, he spent about 18 years at TPX, Telepacific, mostly on the direct side. He was a senior vice president. He ran the entire direct channel of TPX and Telepacific before that. And Andrew and I worked together at a company called Advanced Telecom Group, ATG. We met back in 1998. I think I was the very first employee that got brought on out of 700. It was when the CLEC industry was blowing up and you hung a shingle and you could, I think we raised $600 million, 300 million of debt equity and 300 million of venture capital. And Andrew and I worked together there and we had fun. It was great. Anyway, Andrew, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I feel like I'm on a celebrity show. The Top Gun show is very famous.
You have made it now. You have made the orders will fly in now to you. So no, it's great. I mean, I remember back in those days, man, the T1 was $1,500. We deregulated. We were competing against Pac Bell, and our price was 10 or 15% below Pac Bell. We served donuts to customers, let them come into the office. Pac Bell at the time, shot people if they got near the door. And I mean, it was a fun time. Remember those days?
Oh yeah, I remember those. Well, we kind of opened it and ran it like a retail shop where people can come in, visit us, shake hands, and we did some business. That was a good time.
It was great. And I think we were in 17 markets. But fast forward to the days of Telepacific, and then we became TPX. And how many direct salespeople were under your leadership of your sales managers and your team there?
I think somewhere around like 135 to 150 sales reps. I had 22 teams and everywhere from Texas out west. So we had quite a region going.
Yeah, and you did a great job there. I mean, even though my career has been on the indirect side, your career at TPX was on the direct side. Now you're doing it for yourself, man.
That's right. Right.
You're with Sandler and you're out slinging and trying to get orders and trying to get connections. And what are some of the insights now that you're on this side of the fence that you've gleaned in your few months now?
It has a lot of similarities to the direct side. You still have to build relationships, and you still have to find fast friends and partner with people and bring great solutions and just really be a great listener. So whether you have employees working for you and you're helping them close deals as a coach and a mentor, same thing now, you're working with partners and other IT consultants, and you're trying to partner and be a good listener for the customer as well.
Yeah, and I think one of the things in my management of independent sales agents in this industry, everybody thinks it's going to happen really quick. Right. It's like, well, I know a guy and he knows a guy and, they can get me in and I'm going to make so much money. And I'm going to tell my wife, I'm going to tell my spouse, within 90 days, I'll be making 120 grand. Is it happening that fast, Andrew?
No, it's a definite test in patience, and for kind of a type A, personality, it definitely, tests you, right? It's more of a perseverance. It's like running a marathon. It's you achieve milestones, you kind of catch your breath, you have a drink every now and then to kind of refresh yourself and get yourself back in the game. But every day you get up and it's like, stay consistent, get up and do the same thing, be as consistent as you can, and figure out a way to kind of re-energize yourself each and every milestone.
Yeah, and if somebody like you who has excellent skills as far as sales skills and all that stuff, and then technically you're very, very strong because you've been in the business, most of your adult life. And so, if it's not coming quickly for someone like you, I think, the B+ B- kind of independent sales rep has to be prepared for that marathon. What are some books that you've read lately that can help some of the sales partners for that marathon?
Well, definitely, I've always been an advocate of the sales challenger model, where you're just kind of a good listener and you're listening to the customer or prospect. But I've been reading a book called Better Self, which is really a great book as well. So anytime I get my hands on, and even if it's just a pamphlet or an article that can kind of improve how we go to market and how we become a better technology consultant and a better partner for those people I work with, I'm reading pretty much something new every day.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's the old Dan Fee suggestion. What book have you read lately?
That's right, right. Yes.
No, then that reminds me, I was talking to Mike Ketchum, a couple years ago about the business, and I was adding new sales agents at Top Speed, and he said, Steve, you got to remember, Mike Ketchum from CFO of Intelisys or ScanSource, and he's like, you got to remember, this is a get rich slow industry. Everybody thinks it's going to happen quickly, and it is a marathon. It's not a sprint, absolutely. So.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
be prepared. And hey, I know that I always close the show because there are millions and millions of people watching this. I always close the show with a little known personal fact about my guests. Why don't you tell the viewers something about yourself that maybe not a lot of people know?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, I've always enjoyed coaching. And even when I have 4 kids who have, I've coached them since my daughter, who's now 26, since she was like 4 years old. But I was able to coach all those years and certainly missed that when they're on the ball field. And my son played in the Little League World Series in 2012, and I was, glad to be part of that ride. And where we went all the way to U.S. Championship game and finished 3rd in the world from little Petaluma, California.
Yeah, I remember when that happened, man. That was quite a feat. And yeah, and there's a kid out of Petaluma. Gosh, he just signed with Detroit.
Spencer Torkelson. Yeah.
Spencer, #1 pick in the whole NFL draft. He was on that team, right?
He was not, actually. He's on the opposite league, but I coached him right after the All-Star tournament. When we came back, we kind of did a barnstorming tour across California, and he was on that team. And just a great kid, a Major League Baseball #1 pick overall.
Yeah, Scott Boras is his agent, who's the agent of. But have you told Scott Boras that you're the reason that Spencer, has the skills he has?
We'll have to share that with his dad. I'm sure Rick Torkelson would have a question about that. He's had some great coaching along the way, and I was just part of that ride. Yeah.
Right on, right on. Well, Andrew, I'm going to let you go. I know you got a book of business to build. Thanks for spending time with me today. I really appreciate it. It's great to see you again.
Great to see you. Can't wait for my Top Gun mug.
Right on, baby. Thanks for watching, everybody.